For centuries, the Galactic Council ruled the stars. It was a mighty group made up of many alien species, each more advanced than the last. They controlled countless planets, trade routes, and armies. To them, Earth was just a tiny, weak world, too small and backward to matter. The Council saw humans as simple creatures, stuck in their old ways and never able to reach the stars. On Earth, people lived their lives mostly unaware of the wider galaxy. Wars, peace, hopes, and struggles filled their days, but none of them knew the truth. The Galactic Council had kept a close watch on Earth, but only to make sure humans never became a threat. They had made secret deals with some human leaders, helped spread false ideas, and even created divisions among Earth's nations. All this was to keep humanity weak and scattered. One cold night, far above Earth's atmosphere, a small council spaceship hovered in silence. Inside, a team of council agents worked on a secret mission. Their orders were clear: disable Earth's last line of defense, a hidden system built long ago by unknown hands. This system was Earth's only hope if the council ever decided to attack directly. The agents believed the system was just a myth, a legend to scare children. But they were wrong. As the agents tried to hack the defense system, something unexpected happened. The system suddenly powered on. Lights flashed, alarms rang out, and a powerful energy shield rose around the planet. The agents panicked, unable to control what they had triggered. Below, on Earth, a signal reached a hidden command center deep underground. This was no ordinary command post. It was part of a secret project started decades ago by Earth's smartest minds. They called it Project Phoenix, meant to be a backup plan in case Earth ever faced an alien threat. The project leader, Dr. Mira Khan, watched the alert on her screen with wide eyes. "They triggered the defense system," she said quietly. Around her, engineers and scientists rushed to their stations, checking data, running tests. "This can't be happening," said General Isaac Torres, the military head of Project Phoenix. The Galactic Council thought Earth was defenseless. They believed the old stories were just myths. But now, they will learn the truth. The shield above Earth was like a giant invisible wall, able to stop any attack from space. It hummed with energy, glowing faintly in the night sky. The people below could not see it, but its presence changed everything. Far away in the Council's great hall on the planet Zoriah Prime, the leaders met urgently. The Grand Chancellor, a tall and imposing figure with blue skin and glowing eyes, stood before the gathered representatives. "This is a grave mistake," the Chancellor said, voice cold and sharp. "Earth was never meant to rise. They must be controlled, kept in their place. But now their defense system has activated. They are no longer ignorant or weak. We have underestimated them for too long." The other council members murmured nervously. Some were angry. Others were scared. The idea that a primitive planet could defy their power was unthinkable. Back on Earth, the news started to spread quietly through secret channels. Resistance groups and scientists shared the information. For the first time, many humans learned the truth about the Galactic Council's manipulation. "We have lived under their shadow for too long," said Mira. "But now, it is time to fight back. The Council's lies have kept us divided. It's time to unite." Isaac nodded. "If the Council thinks we are weak, they are wrong. We will show them what humanity really is." Around the world, something changed. Old rivalries began to fade, as leaders secretly met to discuss the coming challenge. Scientists pushed their work harder, building new technology to defend the planet. Soldiers trained with new determination. The Galactic Council watched these developments with growing concern. They sent spies and diplomats to Earth, trying to stop the rising human power. But the humans were faster and smarter than expected. They adapted, learned, and fought back in small but powerful ways. One such spy, a shapeshifter named Vryn, had lived on Earth for years. He was supposed to report human secrets to the Council, but after seeing the courage and unity of the people, something inside him changed. He began to question his loyalty. "I thought humans were simple," Vryn told his commander in a secret transmission, "but they are strong, clever, and brave." If the Council continues to treat them as weak, we will all regret it. The commander ignored the warning and ordered more attacks to stop Earth's progress, but the damage was done. The Council's illusions of control were breaking. Meanwhile, in a quiet city on Earth, a young engineer named Lena watched the night sky. She had no idea of the politics or galactic struggles above her, but she felt something was changing. The air seemed charged with energy, as if the whole planet was waking up. Her father, a retired pilot, told her stories of ancient Earth myths, stories of powerful machines hidden beneath the ground, waiting for a time when humanity needed them most. Maybe that time is now, he said, looking up at the stars. Lena smiled. She didn't know what the future held, but she knew one thing. Earth would no longer be silent. It was ready to fight for its place in the galaxy. The Galactic Council's arrogance had blinded them. They thought Earth was a weak, broken world with no chance against their power. But humanity's spirit was fierce, and their hidden strength was awakening. The first crack in the Council's empire had appeared. The battle for Earth's future, and the galaxy's, was about to begin. Earth was no longer a quiet, forgotten planet. The Shield had awakened something deep within its people, a fierce desire to stand tall and face the galaxy's greatest powers. The Galactic Council had made a mistake. They thought Earth was weak. But now the people were beginning to unite stronger than ever before. In cities across the world, news of the Shield spread quickly, but not through normal channels. Governments kept silent, afraid to alarm their people. Instead, secret groups shared the information. Scientists, soldiers, engineers, and ordinary citizens gathered in hidden places to discuss what the future might hold. In a small, underground lab beneath New Delhi, Dr. Mira Khan and her team worked day and night. The Shield's sudden activation was just the start. They had found ancient blueprints inside a hidden vault, plans for powerful machines left behind by a long-lost civilization. These machines could change everything. "We have to build them," Mira said, her voice steady with determination. "These ancient machines could give us the power we need to protect Earth and fight back." Around her, the engineers nodded. They had no idea who made the blueprints or how old they were, but they trusted Mira's vision. Time was running out. Meanwhile, across the ocean in Brazil, General Isaac Torres met with leaders from different countries. The old divisions between nations began to fade. They could no longer fight each other when a much larger enemy waited beyond the stars. "We need one united Earth," Isaac said firmly. "If we don't stand together, the Council will destroy us one by one." The leaders agreed, but not without hesitation. Trust was hard to build after centuries of conflict, but the threat was clear, and hope burned bright. As Earth began to unite, the Galactic Council watched carefully. They sent spies disguised as humans to learn about the new technology and the growing alliances. But even their best agents found it difficult to keep up. One spy, named Vrin, had spent years living among humans. He had seen their struggles, their hopes, and now their courage. Slowly, his loyalty shifted. He began to believe that Earth deserved respect, not control. In a secret message to the Council, Vrin warned, "Earth is waking up. They have discovered ancient technology. If we don't act carefully, we will lose our advantage." But the Council leaders ignored him. They were too proud, too certain of their power. Back on Earth, the new machines began to take shape. Massive warships with sleek designs rose in hidden shipyards beneath the oceans. Advanced weapon systems, powered by strange energy sources, were tested in secret. Humans worked tirelessly, often risking their lives for the future of their planet. Among them was Lena, the young engineer from the quiet city. She had joined the project to build one of the new warships. Every day she learned more about the technology and the mysteries behind it. One evening, while working late, Lena found an old recording buried deep in the ship's computer system. It showed a message from the ancient builders: "Protect the Earth. Protect the future. When the time comes, rise and defend." The words filled Lena with pride and fear. Earth's destiny was tied to this ancient promise. Meanwhile, small resistance groups began to strike against the Council's agents on Earth. They sabotaged secret bases and leaked information to the public. The galaxy's greatest powers were not welcome here anymore. In the skies above, the shield still shimmered, a silent guardian watching over the planet. It was more than just technology. It was a symbol of Earth's rebirth. But the Council was not finished. They planned a massive attack to crush Earth's growing strength before it could fully rise. Fleets gathered in distant star systems, ready to destroy the planet and end humanity's rebellion. On Earth, the leaders prepared for war. They knew the coming battle would test their unity and courage like never before. "We may be small," said General Isaac in a council meeting, "but we are not weak. The stars will remember Earth, not as a victim, but as a force." Dr. Mira smiled quietly. "The ancient builders believed in us. We must live up to that belief." And so, Earth's people waited and worked, ready to face the storm. The rise from the ashes had begun, and nothing would stop it. Earth was no longer a quiet, forgotten planet. The shield had awakened something deep within its people, a fierce desire to stand tall and face the galaxy's greatest powers. The Galactic Council had made a mistake. They thought Earth was weak. But now the people were beginning to unite stronger than ever before. In cities across the world, news of the shield spread quickly, but not through normal channels. Governments kept silent, afraid to alarm their people. Instead, secret groups shared the information. Scientists, soldiers, engineers, and ordinary citizens gathered in hidden places to discuss what the future might hold. In a small, underground lab beneath New Delhi, Dr. Mira Khan and her team worked day and night. The shield's sudden activation was just the start. They had found ancient blueprints inside a hidden vault, plans for powerful machines left behind by a long-lost civilization. These machines could change everything. "We have to build them," Mira said, her voice steady with determination. "These ancient machines could give us the power we need to protect Earth and fight back." Around her, the engineers nodded. They had no idea who made the blueprints or how old they were, but they trusted Mira's vision. Time was running out. Meanwhile, across the ocean in Brazil, General Isaac Torres met with leaders from different countries. The old divisions between nations began to fade. They could no longer fight each other when a much larger enemy waited beyond the stars. "We need one united Earth," Isaac said firmly. "If we don't stand together, the Council will destroy us one by one." The leaders agreed, but not without hesitation. Trust was hard to build after centuries of conflict, but the threat was clear, and hope burned bright. As Earth began to unite, the Galactic Council watched carefully. They sent spies disguised as humans to learn about the new technology and the growing alliances, but even their best agents found it difficult to keep up. One spy, named Vrin, had spent years living among humans. He had seen their struggles, their hopes, and now their courage. Slowly, his loyalty shifted. He began to believe that Earth deserved respect, not control. In a secret message to the Council, Vrin warned, "Earth is waking up. They have discovered ancient technology. If we don't act carefully, we will lose our advantage." But the Council leaders ignored him. They were too proud, too certain of their power. Back on Earth, the new machines began to take shape. Massive warships with sleek designs rose in hidden shipyards beneath the oceans. Advanced weapon systems, powered by strange energy sources, were tested in secret. Humans worked tirelessly, often risking their lives for the future of their planet. Among them was Lena, the young engineer from the quiet city. She had joined the project to build one of the new warships. Every day she learned more about the technology and the mysteries behind it. One evening, while working late, Lena found an old recording buried deep in the ship's computer system. It showed a message from the ancient builders: "Protect the Earth. Protect the future. When the time comes, rise and defend." The words filled Lena with pride and fear. Earth's destiny was tied to this ancient promise. Meanwhile, small resistance groups began to strike against the Council's agents on Earth. They sabotaged secret bases and leaked information to the public. The galaxy's greatest powers were not welcome here anymore. In the skies above, the shield still shimmered, a silent guardian watching over the planet. It was more than just technology. It was a symbol of Earth's rebirth. But the Council was not finished. They planned a massive attack to crush Earth's growing strength before it could fully rise. Fleets gathered in distant star systems, ready to destroy the planet and end humanity's rebellion. On Earth, the leaders prepared for war. They knew the coming battle would test their unity and courage like never before. "We may be small," said General Isaac in a council meeting, "but we are not weak. The stars will remember Earth, not as a victim, but as a force." Dr. Mira smiled quietly. "The ancient builders believed in us. We must live up to that belief." And so, Earth's people waited and worked, ready to face the storm. The rise from the ashes had begun, and nothing would stop it. After the sudden and powerful attack on Vortak Prime, the Galactic Council was furious. Their pride had been wounded. A planet they once ignored had now become a serious threat. Earth had done what no other species had dared. It had struck first, and it had won. On the glowing planet of Zoriah Prime, inside the Grand Council Hall, the atmosphere was heavy with anger and disbelief. The Grand Chancellor, a tall creature with silver scales and piercing yellow eyes, stood at the center of the room. "This cannot continue," the Chancellor roared. "Earth must be crushed before others follow their example." Many council members agreed. Earth's actions had shaken the foundation of council power. Small colonies and species under council control had already begun whispering of rebellion. The council decided to act fast. They would send an armada, a massive fleet of warships, to destroy Earth's defenses and end its rebellion forever. It would be the largest military response in council history. Back on Earth, the leaders knew something big was coming. In the hidden underground command base, General Isaac Torres looked at the hologram of the galaxy, where red dots showed the enemy fleet's movement. "They're not going to sit quietly after what we did," he said. Dr. Mira Khan studied the data. "They're bringing everything. We'll be outnumbered at least 10 to 1. Despite the numbers, Earth wasn't afraid. The people had come too far to surrender now. Around the world, humans worked together like never before. New weapons were being built. New warships were launched from secret bases in the oceans and hidden mountain valleys. Even young civilians joined the effort. Lena, the engineer who had helped build the first warships, now led a team developing energy shields based on ancient tech. She had little sleep, but never stopped working. "We don't have time to be tired," she often said with a small smile as the enemy fleet approached. Earth's skies turned into a storm of preparation. Defense satellites long hidden in orbit powered up. Missile silos rose from the ground. Pilots trained around the clock in flight simulators. Even old rivals from different countries now stood side by side, ready to fight for their planet. And then, they came. The Galactic Council's fleet arrived in Earth's orbit like a black wave across the stars. Thousands of warships, glowing, with red and blue lights, surrounded the planet. They blocked communication, they jammed satellites, they prepared to strike. The Council's voice echoed across Earth's frequencies. "This is the Galactic Council. Surrender your weapons and technology immediately. Resistance will lead to complete destruction." But Earth did not reply with fear. Instead, General Isaac stood in front of the camera, wearing a clean uniform and a proud face. "This is Earth," he said. "We are not afraid. You may bring your armies, but you will find no surrender here. Only resistance, only humanity." The signal ended. Silence followed. Then, the battle began. The Council's ships opened fire, sending waves of plasma toward Earth's shield. The energy field lit up in bright colors, shaking with each hit, but it held strong. From hidden bases, Earth's ships launched upward, breaking through clouds like arrows of light. They danced between enemy ships, firing advanced weapons and using fast, unpredictable moves. Earth's ships were smaller and fewer, but they were faster, smarter, and full of spirit. The battle in space turned into a deadly game of cat and mouse. Meanwhile, on the ground, Earth's defenses responded. Giant railguns hidden in mountains fired into space. Energy beams from the polar regions sliced through enemy ships. In the oceans, underwater bases launched surprise attacks on passing warships. One of Earth's new weapons, called Nova Lance, created a powerful energy burst that could disable multiple ships at once. It was Lena's creation. When it was used for the first time, it sent out a wave of light that turned 10 council cruisers into floating wrecks. In the control room, cheers filled the air. They didn't see that coming, Mira said with pride. But the council wasn't done. They sent in elite squads, battle-hardened warriors in high-tech suits, to land on Earth and sabotage its defense systems. They attacked communication hubs, power grids, and military bases. Earth fought back on the ground with special forces, trained for this very moment. Cities turned into battlegrounds. Soldiers and civilians alike protected their homes with courage. In one such battle, Lena found herself stuck inside a power station under attack. Though not a soldier, she used her engineering knowledge to reroute the system, trapping the enemy team inside a force field. Her bravery saved the power grid for the entire Western defense sector. "You're an engineer?" a stunned soldier asked her afterward. "Engineer, fighter, whatever Earth needs," she replied. The battle lasted for hours, then a day, then another. Both sides took heavy losses, but slowly something unexpected began to happen. Council ships began to fall back. Their commanders realized Earth was not only ready, it was winning. Even some alien soldiers began questioning their orders. One council pilot, seeing his injured comrades being helped by human medics instead of being killed, turned off his weapons and surrendered. Across the galaxy, other species watched in awe. The planet they once laughed at had stood against the most powerful force in the universe, and was still standing. Inside the council hall, the Grand Chancellor screamed in rage. "How is this possible? They are just humans." But the truth was clear. Earth was not just anything anymore. It was brave. It was united. It was strong. Humanity had taken the Council's full strength and survived, and the galaxy would never be the same again. The battle for Earth had lasted weeks, but neither side was willing to give up. The Galactic Council's fleet, though battered and shaken, still loomed above the planet like a dark storm ready to crush the last sparks of resistance. But Earth was no longer the fractured world it once was. The fight had forged something stronger: unity. In the heart of the underground command center, General Isaac Torres addressed a group of leaders and commanders from every continent. Their faces showed fatigue, but also determination. "We have survived the storm," Isaac said, his voice steady. "But this war is far from over. The Council will not back down. We need to stand together, stronger than ever." Dr. Mira Khan nodded in agreement. "Our technology has grown faster than they expected. The ancient blueprints have given us weapons and defenses beyond anything they imagined. But we must use every resource wisely." Around them, scientists and engineers worked tirelessly, building new warships and upgrading the old ones. Lena was among them, focused on improving the energy shields. "If we can hold the shield longer, we buy time to strike back harder," she explained. Meanwhile, on the surface, ordinary people had become soldiers. From farmers to teachers, from shopkeepers to students, millions had joined the defense efforts. Volunteer militias trained alongside the military, learning to protect their cities and towns. The air buzzed with a strange new hope. Songs and stories of courage spread everywhere. Earth was alive with the spirit of resistance. Far above, the Council's armada regrouped. The Grand Chancellor's anger had turned into fear. His advisors whispered about Earth's unexpected strength. Some even suggested peace talks, but the Chancellor refused. He wanted to crush Earth completely, to set an example for the rest of the galaxy. But a few voices within the Council disagreed. Vryn, the shape-shifting spy who had grown to respect humanity, secretly reached out to Earth's leaders. In a hidden transmission, he warned, "The Council plans a final devastating strike. You must prepare." The message was risky to send. If discovered, Vryn would be killed. But he believed in Earth's cause. General Isaac received the warning, with a grave expression. "We have little time," he said. "We must prepare for the worst." Earth's response was swift. Emergency drills were held worldwide. Cities evacuated vulnerable areas. Power grids were fortified. The new weapons were tested under pressure. The people knew that the final battle was coming. And then, it happened. From the far reaches of space, the Council unleashed a weapon unlike any Earth had seen before, a massive energy cannon built into the largest warship of the fleet. It could fire a beam strong enough to pierce Earth's shield and cause massive destruction. As the weapon charged, Earth's fleet raced to intercept the warship, the sky filled with blazing explosions as ships clashed fiercely. Pilots fought, bravely, risking everything to stop the cannon from firing. Lena was on one of the fastest ships, weaving through enemy fire. Her heart pounded as she thought of Earth below, her family, friends, and the millions counting on her. Finally, the warship fired. A beam of bright blue energy shot toward Earth's shield. The shield shuddered violently, its glow flickering. But Earth's new defense systems activated just in time. An array of energy dampeners designed by Mira and her team spread across the shield. The beam weakened and finally broke apart before reaching the surface. The crowd in the command center erupted in cheers. The shield held. Seeing their weapon fail, the Council's fleet faltered. Earth's forces pressed their advantage, striking hard and fast. In space and on the ground, the tide of battle turned, but victory was not easy. Earth's forces lost many brave souls. Ships exploded, bases were destroyed, and cities suffered damage. Yet the people refused to give up. From the chaos, a new hope emerged. Leaders from Earth's many nations spoke openly about the future. The time for fighting among themselves was over. The real fight was for Earth's survival and its place in the stars. General Isaac declared, "This war has shown us our weaknesses and our strengths. We must unite not just in battle, but in peace, science, and hope." Dr. Mira added, "The ancient knowledge we have found teaches us that strength comes from unity. If we stand divided, we fall. If we stand together, we can face anything." Lena, watching the stars from her ship's window, whispered to herself, "We will show them what humanity really means." The Galactic Council's greatest weapon had failed against Earth's courage and unity. The final battle was near, but humanity was ready. The stars awaited Earth's next move, and this time, the galaxy would never forget the name of this once small planet. The final battle had arrived. Above Earth, the Galactic Council's fleet gathered one last time, determined to crush the planet that had dared to rise against them. Their ships filled the sky like a black storm, massive and deadly. But Earth was ready. Its shield glowed brighter than ever, powered by new energy sources discovered deep beneath the planet's surface. Inside the command center, General Isaac Torres stood before a map, showing the approaching fleet. His face was calm but fierce. "Today we fight not just for Earth but for freedom," he said to the gathered leaders and soldiers. "The Council thinks they can break us with their power. They do not understand what humanity has become." Dr. Mirakan adjusted the controls of the shield's core, her eyes glowing with hope. "Our technology, combined with the spirit of our people, will protect us." Lena, now a leader among the engineers, checked the final systems on her ship. The young woman who once only dreamed of stars was now part of the reason Earth would survive. The battle began with a roar. Council ships fired volleys of plasma and energy beams, but Earth's shield absorbed the attacks. Earth's fleet surged forward, fast and fearless, attacking with precision. Fighters engaged enemy vessels in close combat, weaving through dangerous fire. Earth's new weapons, powered by ancient designs, struck deep into the Council's fleet. The great warship carrying the massive energy cannon was destroyed by a coordinated strike from Earth's fastest ships. On the ground, the Council's elite soldiers tried to land and destroy key facilities. But Earth's defenders were waiting. Cities had become fortresses with soldiers and civilians united. In one fierce battle, Lena led a squad to protect a vital energy relay station. Her engineering skills saved the station from destruction, and her bravery inspired her team. As the hours passed, Earth's forces pushed the Council's fleet back. The enemy ships began to retreat, their lines breaking under the relentless human assault. In the Council Hall, panic spread. The Grand Chancellor's proud expression faded into fear. He realized the Council had underestimated humanity's true power. Vryn, the spy who had sided with Earth, sent a final message. The Council's reign is ending. Earth will rise. And rise it did. With the Council's fleet in retreat, Earth's leaders sent a message across the galaxy. It was simple and clear. We are no longer your subjects, we are your equals. We come in peace, but we will defend our freedom. The message was received by countless worlds, many of whom had long suffered under the Council's harsh rule. Hope sparked in their hearts. Allies began to emerge. Earth was no longer alone. From the ruins of war, a new alliance formed. Humans shared their technology, knowledge, and courage with others willing to stand against tyranny. General Isaac stood before a crowd of representatives from many planets gathered on Earth for the first Galactic Assembly without the Council's dominance. This is the dawn of a new era, he said, one where freedom, unity, and respect guide us. Earth will lead not by force but by example. Dr. Mira smiled, watching as new friendships formed and old enemies shook hands. The ancient builder's wisdom had guided humanity to this moment. Lena looked to the stars, imagining the future. A future where humans and aliens work together, exploring and protecting the galaxy side by side. The shield around Earth remained, a reminder of the battles fought and won. But now it also symbolized peace, hope, and the promise of a better tomorrow. The Galactic Council's illusions were shattered forever. Earth's vicious revenge had crushed their power, and from the ashes, humanity had risen to claim its place among the stars. And so, the story of Earth's rise was no longer one of fear or weakness. It was a story of courage, unity, and unstoppable strength. The galaxy had changed, and the future belonged to those brave enough to fight for it.